And here we go with our next bout tonight. Fight fans, 3 rounds in the welterweight division. Making his way to the cage first, fighting out of the blue corner from Dublin, here is Queally.
Well, Josh, it's time for the third and final Facebook prelim. Making his way to the cage first is SPG's Peter Queally. Last time he was here on Cage Warriors was New Year's Eve, unfortunately coming off a spirited loss to Chris Bouchard that time out, but a lot of potential for this young man from Dublin.
Yeah, it didn't look bad in that fight at all. I mean, that was a really good match, and again, some time out of the cage for him as well. Does have a very good and pretty extensive amateur career, actually. 4-1 as an amateur, 3-1 as a professional, but of course this is his first loss in the professional, or coming off his first loss in the professional ranks, so it's always interesting to see how they react to that. And I have to wonder as well, every fight he's had as a professional has gone the distance, the full 3 5-minute rounds, so you know that he's capable of getting the work rate in there. Just want to see if he's going to go for a finish tonight.
Absolutely, it's certainly a tough customer. You know, look at the flip side of that, Josh. He's fought all those rounds, never been finished. A difficult man to put away is Peter Queally. I know there's been a lot of talk around the Irish MMA scene about this fight. Both these guys have competed as amateurs and professionals here on Cage Warriors.
And next his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, also hailing from Dublin, here is Konrad Iwanowski.
Well, Josh, if I'm not mistaken, it's time to sound the unit alarm. Konrad Iwanowski, a tank of a middleweight, formerly on Cage Warriors, dropping down to welterweight for the first time for this contest. Spoke to him earlier in the week. He said he feels absolutely phenomenal at welterweight. He checked his weight on the scales the day before the weigh-ins and was absolutely ecstatic with the amount of weight he had to cut. Said he felt fine, fit and strong at welterweight, and he's really looking forward to making that 170-pound debut here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this guy's a bit of a monster, and then when you consider he's coming down a weight class, he looks in fantastic shape. If he can carry that kind of conditioning forward, he really could be a force in this welterweight division. We haven't seen him since March of this year. He picked up a good split decision win. Again, another guy who can maintain a fantastic pace throughout the whole 15 minutes. So it's going to be really interesting to see if these guys go toe-to-toe here.
Back like a grand piano on Konrad Iwanowski. This guy has got some shoulders on him. It's going to be very interesting to see if the power that he's had previously at middleweight translates to the 170-pound division.
All right, now, fight fans, we are set to go once again. 3 rounds, this scheduled in the welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in officially 170 1/4 pounds. His professional record stands at 3 victories and 1 defeat. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, here is Peter Queally. And next his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He is a boxer standing 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at the welterweight limit, 171 pounds. As a professional, he is perfect with 4 victories and no defeats. Originally from Poland and now fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, here is the undefeated Konrad Iwanowski. Referee in charge of the action is Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard about to get this one underway, folks. 3 5-minute rounds in the Cage Warriors welterweight division. Iwanowski in the black with blue trim, Queally in the red with black trim. Hold on to your seats, folks. This one is going to be a barnstormer.
Surging strikes early from Queally. Iwanowski motioned for the takedown, but gave it up early, and it's stuffed twice now by Queally very easily.
The fans here at the Helix raising the roof for both of these men. Queally taunting, those wide hands, calling his man on. Nice combination punching against the shorter, stockier man.
I was just going to say, you can see Queally looking to use his range and surge forward. He's got to be careful not to overcommit, because as you can see, Iwanowski can look to close the distance.
Well, this is where the Polish fighter's so good. He's able to use that short, stocky frame. Looking for a submission on the far side. Iwanowski gets the takedown. Queally scrambles immediately back to his feet, Josh.
Yes, it's good work for Queally to scramble. I was just listening to the noise coming from the crowd here. The support for Konrad Iwanowski. Of course, both these men, making their home in Dublin, so bit of a hometown derby here.
But we're wearing ear defenders right now for commentary duty, and it still sounds like an absolute riot going on in the crowd.
Nice work from Queally to look for the switch when he was lowering his base. What that was going to do is try and drop his hips forward, create a bit of space and break the grip of Iwanowski. Still looking for, well, protecting the knee actually here.
Knees to the thigh from Iwanowski. Referee Mark Goddard. Firm but fair.
Oh, excellent. Well, Peter Queally's going to have to deal with this grip here. Iwanowski with the body lock. He hasn't been able to make it pay for him yet, though. Oh, he looks for the switch. It's Iwanowski's head being on the outside that gives him the option for that switch, but he's got to turn and face him a bit more as he does it to make it really pay dividends.
Come on, guys, improve that position. You want to stay there, do something.
Iwanowski really committed to that takedown.
I like how just when he goes to take the base away, Queally makes himself very wide and spreads all his weight out and makes himself as awkward an object as possible for Iwanowski to suplex. To switch for the single, back to the double. And Queally is hunting for this switch here. He's going to have to really drop his hip in and commit to it.
Just over 2 minutes to play with. Iwanowski still tenaciously going after that takedown.
It's a tight body lock, and Queally's not trying to break the body lock. He's having to concentrate on trying to stay on his feet here. Now switching for the single again. He's going to try and pull that leg all the way across the body.
You've got to ask yourself, Josh, how much energy is Iwanowski expending as he chases this takedown?
I think you get your answer there, Brad. Quite a lot, as Peter Queally, for all his resilience in that takedown defense, manages to come out on top here. A good side control.
And the other side of the arena now making noise for Queally, who stepped beautifully into mount.
Yes.
Phenomenal stuff there from Peter Queally.
Succinct as you would want. Feet are tucked in as well. He's making his base nice and wide, ready to react to what I'm sure will be a very explosive bridge from Iwanowski.
Just shy of a minute and a half for Peter Queally to do something from this position.
Step over for a triangle maybe if he's quick.
Postures up, looks to create some space.
Oh, and you see as soon as there's any space, what a bridge and reversal. Looking for the guillotine though, and Iwanowski forced to buck again. What a scramble that was.
Queally looks like he's enjoying himself in there. Stops the takedown with ease and immediately goes after the neck of Iwanowski.
Iwanowski tries to sit out, but not really committing enough to it. And if Queally can stuff another couple of those takedowns, you've got to wonder how much more Iwanowski's going to have left.
Iwanowski looking to throw some strikes there, not much on them.
I think mentally, Peter Queally is going to take an awful lot away from those last couple of minutes. And you can see easily forcing Iwanowski to swing and miss there.
Queally really putting a stamp on this round. Controlled for the most part by Iwanowski, but the Polishman not really able to do much with it. Comes back with a short right uppercut that time.
Exactly right. I mean, the end result of all that control of Iwanowski was he ended up on his back in a bad position with Peter Queally mounting it. So I think a very good round for Queally there.
Once again, it's SBG versus Team Rhino, two of the premier teams in not only Irish MMA but European MMA. Let's take a look back at some of the action from that first round. We see Iwanowski here really going after that takedown, Josh.
Yeah, and it was a good takedown, but you saw how quickly Queally turned, scrambled back to his feet. This was a long period of control, and here's where they tussled, and you can see Iwanowski managed to pull the leg, but Queally turned his base very nicely, ended up in a good side control, and then took the fight to mount, looked to progress, looked to finish.
I talk about the mental exhaustion as well, Josh. Iwanowski just chasing that takedown for pretty much the lion's share of the round. Just when he thought he had it, he gets reversed and ends up on the bottom. That's got to take a lot out of you mentally.
It certainly does. I mean, having takedown stuffed is incredibly tiring. And I honestly think the first 1 or 2 takedown attempts in this second round are really going to dictate what happens for the remainder of it. If Iwanowski can get them, well, good for him. But if Peter Queally can stuff them, definitely going to swing the fight more his way.
Round 2 underway. Oh, Queally uncorking that uppercut.
Well, you see this as well is Iwanowski, he becomes very predictable when he wants to get these takedowns. So expect a knee or more likely to step off in the uppercut. There's a good counter left lands there.
He does tend to just bulldoze in later on in the fight. Again with that uppercut.
Yeah, he's just saying to Iwanowski, I'm not going to do any damage with this uppercut right now, but if you try and change level on me without really committing to it and keeping everything perfect in your postural attack, you're going to get clipped.
Oh, keeping him honest with that right hand. Shades of Paddy Holohan there, teammate of Peter Queally's. And a nice leg kick. Just destabilising the base. Iwanowski again with a leg kick.
I mean, we've not really seen Iwanowski have too much of a problem with cardio before, but of course this is his first time cutting this much weight. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that affects him.
Well, I said during the walkouts, Josh, that he told me he was feeling great and the weight cut was fantastic. Of course, you never know until you're in that position where you're in the cage and you're fighting another competent mixed martial artist like Peter Queally. Queally just picking his shots here, racking up the points on the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, and I think he can keep doing this all night. I mean, if he can just stay a little bit ahead of Iwanowski, he's got the range advantage as well. He's probably got a bit of a speed edge. So if he can just keep this going, he can really dictate what could be the last 8 minutes of this fight.
Oh, and that one landed with a bit more force.
And you saw how slow Iwanowski was to turn around and face Queally again there.
Iwanowski's mouth is open, breathing heavily. Straight right that time from Queally, found a home.
It's interesting because he can feint for the uppercut, and when you lead uppercut to the body, that might slide up, that might hit the chin, that might hit the floating rib as he comes down. So many choices for the strikes for Peter Queally. And there's the first attempt from Iwanowski.
Stuffs the takedown with ease. Slight nick just beside the right eye of Iwanowski. Takes a head kick, didn't really land flush though.
No, but it's good to see him mixing it up and trying to throw some other targets. I mean, we probably haven't seen him throw that many kicks because, of course, Iwanowski can grab the leg, come running back with the counter takedown that he's searching for. I mean, right now, I think Peter Queally's got a great game plan and should probably stick to it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Iwanowski landed right that time. Queally's really telegraphing that uppercut, spinning his hand before he throws it, but it's still finding a home. Must be very disheartening for Iwanowski. He's got to figure that out as we move into the final 2 minutes of this second round. Bundles his man to the mat, follows up with a big kick to the body.
Yeah, lovely soccer kick to the body and muscles his man down to a top half guard here. Well, let's see if he can posture up and get some elbows, or whether he's going to try and do a short little grind on his opponent here.
Right in front of us here at the commentary position, Peter Queally in control, sitting in the half guard.
Yeah, you see just that elbow under the throat makes it very uncomfortable. It's going to stop Iwanowski being able to turn into him. And again, just short shots, keep working.
Queally looking very comfortable here. Final minute of the second round.
It's hard for Iwanowski to do anything with his head pinned up off the mat here. You see how slow the legs are when he throws them up for the submissions. Well, Peter Queally, I think, should just back off here.
Instructions coming from Queally's corner saying stand them up.
Yeah, but he's burning time away again, jumping on the head control. Yeah, doesn't want to risk getting reversed or caught in a scramble here. Looking to take the back though.
Got one hook in, there's two. Looking to get the forearm under the throat of Konrad Iwanowski. And that's one big neck to wrap up, Josh.
Lovely fundamental back escape from Iwanowski though, but you can see he's drained. He had enough to explode, to sit over that leg and escape the hip and turn into his opponent, but right now, Queally can just eat the clock up there.
Iwanowski looking determined, firing off that big right hand. Walking Queally down, Queally right on his toes.
I mean, you can't count out that big right hand of Iwanowski. If it lands, it's going to do some damage, but, you know, he's definitely lost that round, and he lost it decisively.
Well, let's take a look back at some of the action from the second round there, Josh. Big uppercut from Queally.
The uppercut was a brilliant move, because it made Iwanowski have to think twice about the takedown, and it always had the chance of hitting the body or knocking itself sliding up to the chin.
Bundled his man to the mat.
Ooh, didn't quite land that soccer kick to the body, but it was really nice fight IQ from Peter Queally to see the opportunity.
And here, getting those hooks in, looking to sink in the rear naked choke. Iwanowski would escape though, and we will move to the third and final round. This the last contest on our Facebook prelim stream. We will be live around the world. Check the listings on cagewarriors.com for broadcast details. CW70 coming your way at the top of the hour. Show of respect between Queally and Iwanowski. Third and final round here underway. Nice combination to start things off from the SBG fighter.
I think we're going to see more of the same from Peter Queally. I don't think he needs to take it. I mean, obviously we'd like to see him push forward and try and finish this, but at the same time, he doesn't need to take any chances.
Nice head kick there from Queally.
Stay on the outside, throw a lot of good, accurate strikes, and as Iwanowski gets even more tired, and he keeps making Iwanowski miss, well, then the openings might just come for a stoppage.
Definitely volume overpowered from Queally, but that right hand had some zip on it. Tried to jump in with a left hook. That time Iwanowski not finding a home for it though. And he's limping on that leg now, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, those kicks haven't looked, you know, like they've had too much zip in them, but they haven't been checked. They've hit the target spot on the side of the leg on that nerve point perfectly.
More punches landing from Queally. Iwanowski bleeding from the nose now. Just getting picked off on the feet is the Polishman. Switching it up with the head kick. Immediately back to the punching combinations. Iwanowski though going in on the single.
Queally's got a sprawl here, but you can see Iwanowski's got a really good bite of the leg right behind the knee. He's got to change an angle to finish it though. Queally needs to stop that route to the back. He needs that. Well, there we go.
Tossed his man to the cage with a single leg and then jumped straight back on him.
Good connection for Iwanowski here though, but let's see if he's got enough to complete the single. He does, but he can't keep Queally down. One thing to put a guy there, another thing entirely to hold him there.
Great work from Peter Queally here. Just defending every takedown attempt and throw attempt that Iwanowski throws at him.
The funny thing is, you know, everybody at home's probably sitting thinking if Peter Queally postures up and flurries now, he'll get the finish, but there's always enough explosion left in Iwanowski that when he's under pressure, he'll find that bit to dig deep and escape the position.
And it is a cliche, Josh, but it does only take one. When you're taking a punch up a guy the size of Iwanowski, he's always going to have that one-shot stopping power.
Really dangerous chin strap grip for Peter Queally here. Just using it to turn his man over. There we go, looking to get his ride time on the back now. It'll be hard to get that second hook with the cage though.
Rosamova gets the second hook. Going for the choke here is Peter Queally.
Oh, he's looking for the body triangle, but hasn't quite got long enough legs on the torso of Iwanowski.
I don't know if two people could get a body triangle on Iwanowski.
Iwanowski trying to start, but he can't not defend his neck. Iwanowski's got to get his hands up there. Oh, and good explosion, but good transition from Queally. Really nice awareness to see the escape coming and to end in a good dominant position again.
Half guard wide open for Queally to step through if he wants to. Just over a minute to go here in the third and final round.
See how quick a lot of the guys from, well actually all the guys we've seen tonight from SPG, when the opponent tries to get up, they lock that head, they threaten that chin strap, and that guillotine is always there as a threat.
Iwanowski still going for takedowns here. Fatigue though setting in. Queally with the single hook. Two hooks now for Peter Queally.
Really nice control from Peter Queally. I love that he keeps trying to go to the back, he keeps trying to progress. It's the third time in this fight he's had back control with both hooks. And Iwanowski's got to defend that neck.
20 seconds to go in the fight. Queally with the rear naked choke.
Don't pull the finger, don't pull the finger.
And again, Iwanowski survives the danger.
Again though, you know, Queally sees that escape coming and goes back to mount. And I think this is going to be a very impressive, dominating decision win for Peter Queally here.
Stop!
And that's all she wrote. And Josh, if you'll forgive the expression, that was Queally good from Peter Queally.
It was an excellent performance all around. I mean, you know, he showed perseverance in that first round, and as Iwanowski started to fade, he turned the table, used his own grappling, and it was a good dominant decision win for him.
Let's take a look now, some of the action from the third and final round. Oh, I've just caught him with the toes on that head kick. A couple more inches and that could have been dangerous. And again, the uppercuts, the punching combinations. Not too much power, but incredibly accurate. Everything finding a home. Taking the back with both hooks in there was Peter Queally. He was able to get that back position a number of times. Looking for the rear naked choke up against the cage. And credit where credit's due to Konrad Iwanowski. He was able to defend the position, didn't succumb to the choke. Peter Queally getting the win back, one would think. Here on Cage Warriors, a triumphant return for the SPG fighter. Konrad Iwanowski ready to accept his first loss as a professional. And we'll throw it to Joe Martinez for the official result.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. Both judges, Leatherby and Oglesby, reached the score 30-27, and Ben Cartledge has it 29-28. All three for your winner by unanimous decision, Peter Queally!
A big win for Peter Queally, and he's with Josh Palmer in the cage.
I'm here with our winner, Peter Queally. Peter, talk me through that fight, because you did a great job defending the takedowns in the first, and then was it obvious to you that he was starting to tire?
Yeah, you know, the first takedown he had my back, he wasn't really doing anything, but I could feel him slow. And the minute I got away, I don't know if the camera see it, but I was actually laughing, because I knew he was done, and that was just 11 or 12 minutes for me to take over then.
I know you didn't get the finish, but were you happy that throughout those last 2 rounds, you constantly looked to push forward, you took the back a couple of times? Does it upset you that perhaps the finish wasn't there, and you know, it's a fantastic decision win?
Yeah, it does upset me. I felt I almost choked him a couple of times. I thought it was close, but he was hanging on, and I think my back control was a little sloppy. I'd have to work on that, but I thought I could have finished him, and a few times when I felt I had him hurt, he was really good at driving at me for the takedown, and that kind of saved him, and then I couldn't really put the foot down and get the finish.
You showed some really nice striking, a lot of fluid movement on the outside. What do you attribute that to?
You know, my training partners, Chris Fields, Connor, Artem Lobov, Cahill. It's just a gym of beasts, and you have to, if you want to float in that pond, you have to be good, and that's it. you'll be shown the door. You can't survive there.
This was, of course, a clash between two gyms right here in Dublin. You walked away with the win. How does it feel to get a win here in your hometown on a show like Cage Warriors?
Well, my hometown is actually Waterford.
Sorry.
I live and train in Dublin, so this is like my hometown as well. But it feels great, and Rhino are a great gym, and I know Konrad personally. He's a good guy, and I knew he'd be tough as hell, and I'm very happy. He's 5-0, I think, and 3-0 on this show, so it puts me on the map here. And there's a new sheriff in town at welterweight, Cage Warriors, and all those welterweights out there, but I hope they saw that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Queally!
Great stuff from Peter Queally to close out our Facebook preliminary stream. We'll be back at the top of the hour
about 30
for
minutes
Cage
before we
Warriors
go live
70. Brad
worldwide.
Norton, Josh Palmer signing off. We will catch you in about 25 minutes for the return of Joe Duffy and much, much more great Cage Warriors action.
Sometimes